Antenatal steroids in the management of preterm births has been much utilized and spoken about, with a huge quantum of evidence to support such an administration. The Cochrane Library Systemic Review has also mentioned the fact that between the age group of 22 gestational age to 33 plus 6 weeks of gestation, administration of antenatal corticosteroids should be considered for all women who are at increased risk of preterm delivery within the next 1 to 7 days. And this has been studied and published in 2017, and we have been practicing it quite diligently even before that and now. The RCOG went ahead one step and also mentioned that if a patient is going to be subjected to an elective cesarean delivery or is in labor before 38 weeks of gestation, she must be given at least one shot of steroid to prevent the respiratory distress syndrome in the baby. Now, the cue is that it's been found that there is a significant improvement in the lung function after the administration of ANS. But what about those babies who are extremely premature, let's say around 22 weeks of gestation? It has been found that such an intervention may not really help these babies because there are only a few primitive alveoli at this gestational age on which the drug can effect and give an improved survival. Now, how do ANS work? They accelerate the development of type 1 and type 2 pneumocytes, leading to structural and biochemical changes that improve both the lung mechanics and the gas exchange. Induction of type 2 pneumocytes increases surfactant production by inducing production of surfactant proteins and enzymes necessary for phospholipid synthesis. Induction of pulmonary beta receptors plays a role in surfactant release and absorption of alveolar fluid when stimulated. It is also known to induce antioxidant enzymes in the fetal lungs, and there is upregulation of the gene expression for the epithelial sodium channel, which is important for absorption of lung fluid after birth. The course which is recommended is using two types of steroids. One is the betamethasone, where two dosages of 12 milligrams are given intramuscularly 24 hours apart, or dexamethasone, 4 doses of 6 milligram given intramuscularly 12 hours apart. A non-sulfite containing preparation should be used, as the sulfite preservation commonly used in dexamethasone preparations may be directly neurotoxic in newborns, and that is the reason why dexamethasone is always preferably given intramuscularly. The challenge with betamethasone in our country is we do not have the right salt, and therefore the government of India promotes the use of dexamethasone. Additionally, if you see the way dexamethasone is dispensed, it is in the form of a vial which contains 8 milligrams. So you can consider giving such actual total dose of 24 milligrams over 24 hours, and that itself also could be beneficial. Now, these steroids are preferred as they are less extensively metabolized by the placental enzyme 11 beta hydroxylase steroid dehydrogenase type 2. At the above doses, 75 to 80% of available corticosteroid receptors are occupied, which should provide near maximal induction of corticosteroid receptor mediated response in fetal target tissues. These doses result in cord blood glucocorticoid levels in the range seen with physiological stress in the preterm neonate, and that probably enhances the lung maturity, giving better outcomes. And it was found that when we use these dosages in infants which were born between 23, 24 and 25 weeks, it was associated with lower rates of both mortality and importantly morbidities, including or lower rate of death, severe neo-NDIs at 18 to 22 months corrected age. Despite the potential to improve outcomes, the administration of ANS is not increasing at gestational age around the limits of viability and remains substantially lower than at later gestational ages. And I think as obstetricians, we must be very, very proactive and sensitive in delivering antenatal steroids immediately as we observe an imminent preterm births. So these ANSs may be considered starting at 23 weeks and later if the infant will be given intensive care, as this therapy is associated with reduced mortality and morbidity. So whenever you have a preterm birth, never ever forget to give at least that first shot of a steroid and then carefully sit back and decide what is going to be your further dosages, because they definitely are known to improvise outcomes.